Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode here at Tribal Trades, the altcoin show, coming at you from the great state of Florida. One hell of a drug. And I do want to welcome you to the channel wherever you are tuning in from around the world. Thanks for watching. Today we're going to talk about the made in the USA coins. What are my top 5 picks? Because there are rumors that those coins that are born in the USA, well, actually probably not born in the USA, made in the USA, and I'm not quite sure what the parameters are exactly for a coin technically being categorized under the made in the USA category to get those possible tax exemptions, those tax breaks that may be coming with the current administration. There are strong hints and rumors. We're going to look at those coins. We're going to talk about what that could mean. We're going to look at the whole list and where to find that. And we're going to look at a whole bunch more in Bitcoin dominance, altcoin season. And before, of course, we jump into all of that, smash the like button. This does help get this channel out to more people, does help support the channel, as does all your wonderful comments that you leave below in the comment section. Thank you so much. You take the time to write it. I take the time to read it. And there are also questions that get asked in the comment section. I do look to get back to those as soon as I am able to. However, if you'd like more immediate interaction, engagement with me, you can find me in the Stocks with Josh Discord. Where do you find that? I'm so glad that you asked. Just below in the description of this video, you might need to click the more button. Will pop out. There'll be a couple of links there, a couple of plans to sign up for that. And you can find me there in the crypto channel with some of the most amazing people on the planet. The meme coin channel, aka the party zone. There's the stocks trading floor. There's options. There's a ton of other traders in there as well. I have my Crowned Traders channel in there where I share education, insights, resources, some of my trade setups as well, news, the latest news, as well as entertainment, because I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. It's for education and entertainment purposes only. Are you not entertained? Okay. And so let's jump straight into it. And of course, the made in the USA can be found. There's a whole new section on CoinGecko, top made in the USA coins by market cap. And here is the whole list. And I'm going to add that to my cheat sheet so you can find that at any time. And I'm going to give you right now my top 5. Okay, my top 5 coins, which are going to be number 1 is going to be on that list, is going to be Solana. Okay, and I do feel that if there is, this current administration does bring into and pass some legislation that gives made in the USA coins preeminence, I think that's going to really pump a lot of coins on this list. And where does that money come from? I don't think it's going to be new money necessarily. Some of it will be, but most of it I think is going to come from other coins. Why do I say that? We got a test run. And look at this here. We see this might be an unpopular opinion. I don't think it is. I think this is bang on. I think she's right. Okay. The harsh truth of the state of the crypto industry, we're running on fumes when it comes to capital. Agreed 100%. Here's why. No new money came in. The belief that the Trump coin would bring fresh money into the market is still a theory. So far, all it did was pull liquidity from existing altcoins. We all know that because our altcoins dropped. All the money got sucked there. And so it causing them to bleed further. Instead of seeing a net positive injection to the market, we just become bag holders due to a shiny new distraction. Okay, so this just does, and I have been saying this all along since I started this channel in May. There are too many coins in the market. Stop buying Farcoin. Okay. All right, you can buy whatever you want out there. I just jest, but really seriously, I am selling coins and rolling them into less coins because I want to have less coins to manage. And I also believe that at the end, the weaker coins are going to suffer the most. Okay, so number 1. So I'm going to go through the top 5 on my list. Number 1 is Solana there. Now, I will say with Solana, it's not a long-term hold for me. I just can't long-term hold. And nothing's really a long-term hold, by the way. Nothing really is a long-term hold. But Solana has been one of my biggest winners because I got in the last bull run at 12. It went up to 260. I got in this bull run at 12. It's gotten up to 290. and I took a lot of profit off the table at 290. In fact, I took every single bit of profit that there was off the table at $290. There was a clear rejection on there. But of course, I do swing trade, I have HODL, and I do day trade scalping as well. And I will continue to trade and make money on Solana as we continue to go up in this bull run, of course. So Solana is number one, numero uno. I don't like it because it's inflationary. They keep adding to the supply every year, and there's no fixed cap on the supply. But the supply is a lot lower than a lot of other tokens out there. But one day, as they keep doing this in 5 to 10 years, that supply is really going to get up there. Unfortunately, it's very much an inflationary token. At some point, can they do burns? Yes. At some point, can they stop releasing tokens and put a cap on? I guess so. But it is what it is, and I have to go based off that. My second coin is, and this is not in any particular order, I'm just going through the list. Obviously, Sui is my number one, numero uno play, and has been for a while in this bull run, probably since I started this channel in late May. Sui, just obvious, Bitcoin's too slow, Ethereum is too expensive, Solana, well, we all thought after a great first meme coin from the current administration, it handled the transactions. But as soon as we had a second one on the market, people were selling from one coin, from the husband's coin into the wife's coin, and Melania sucked a lot of the liquidity out. And of course, I was trying to buy it at $2. I would have made a good amount of money because what did it go up to? Like, I don't even know. I probably would have made at least at 5 or 10x on that. And I just couldn't get it to go through. Solana was congested. There were delays. And what is the answer? I think it's Sui. And so that's the other reason I'm not as bullish on Solana as I am in Sui. And of course, Sui does have a capped supply. The supply is larger than Solana, but eventually, probably the way it's going, Solana market cap, the supply could take over Sui because Sui's is capped. And I've talked about a lot on the show, so I'm not going to go continue in it more. And you can see, what are all these others on the list? Talk about those. I will. I'm actually going to do another episode where I go through these ones that are on the list that are made in the USA there. Now, my bonus one here is Trump. The official Trump token there, sitting at $39 at a market cap of about $7 billion. Absolutely incredible. In 29th position there. That's my bonus one. I just call it a wild card. It's kind of like the Joker in the pack. We just don't know what's going to happen. Are they going to build utility? Is there going to be staking? Are you going to be able to go to the World Liberty Fi platform and join it with Ethereum or Link and make yield on it? Is there going to be a purpose to it? Or is it just going to be a straight out meme coin play? We don't know. That's a bit of a wild card for me. I'll probably put it as my bonus one. I'm not going to put it as number 6. I'm just going to give you 5 plus a bonus wild card. There's my bonus wild card that I've given to you there. Absolutely fantastic. My number 3 on the play is going to be Ondo because it has the BlackRock factor. And also it does have a max supply as well. And there was just a big unlock, and it was, I feel, mostly priced in. And that's why I was buying every dip that was coming up, and I'll buy every dip from now on in if there are further drops to the market, which could quite happen. See my video from a couple of hours ago if you want to see updates there. So Ondo is my next play there as number 3. My number 4 play is Render. That's an AI play. Remember, these are my made in the USA plays. Okay, these are strictly I'm picking from the made in the USA. So it's going to be Render. They have partnerships with Apple and Amazon and Google and Nvidia. And the AI sector needs rendering. They need the storage. They need the computing power. Render provides that. I'm in for Render at number 4. And then my number 5 has had a real tough tumble, fallen down there. Helium, it's lost that $1 billion market cap and has taken a fair hammering. I do like Helium because it does have a max supply. Okay, so that's quite good. And it's had a little bit of a hammering. I mean, you can see here we kind of just fell off the cliff here. Whoop, down we go. And if we look at the last month, it has really taken a real dive, but there's signs of a reversal there. So we're going to look at all these coins quickly and do TA. And then let's look at Bitcoin dominance here. It is pumping. It has been pumping a fair bit since it's a little bit on the early in January, and really alts have struggled since then. And so when is altcoin season? People ask. Well, usually February and March tend to be the most bullish times, and then sometimes that can bleed into April, and it did last bull run before there was an almighty crash and dump, and some altcoins never recovered again, and some altcoins never recovered until the next bull market many, many years later. So be prepared for that. That's why I want to be in less coins, okay? It's easier to manage. And some people, oh, you sold this coin and that coin and they've gone up. Good, I expect them to go up, but so have the coins that I rolled the money into. They've gone up and have gone up more and are stronger tokens, in my opinion. Back, and if the bull run finishes in August or September, October, November, some of those that dump in March or April, that will be the end of the bull run for them. That's why I'm consolidating now into the strongest tokens and the ones that I think will be the best performers, because as I showed you earlier, that there wasn't new money that came in when the current president launched his meme coin. It just sucked liquidity from existing other coins that were there. So just that's food for thought there. Okay, so as we're looking, we could get a final shakeout before the breakout. And so let's look at some of these coins. Let's start with HNT. This is the one that has really taken an absolute bone crushing out there on HNT. We're just going to bring up that HNT chart. And yeah, it's the chart's not pretty. I'm not going to lie. We've lost that key. And you can see here that if you ever want to get out of a trade here, there's the rejection there at 480 before further capitulation. But you see all these orders here. I feel like we may have found a bit of a bottom with HNT. But then, if things take more of a hammering, then really this is going to be the value zone down here, somewhere between $3 and probably $3.65. So that would be the value zone there. I think one of the weaknesses of HNT, and I'm kind of HNT just kind of hanging on for a bit of a thread, hanging on by a thread for me. And it's disappointing with that is that there are a lot of bag holders above, that most of the people that are holding HNT are now in loss. And of course, it can be difficult because every pump can be sold into, and I don't want to be exit liquidity. So for that reason, I'm not adding to my HNT bags. I haven't dumped any HNT. I've been taking profits every time. I did get in at $4 around this price in the last bull run, so that I know that there is a lot of support there. That's why I'm not capitulating and selling. There, of course, you can see that this was the time here where I got in the last bull run, and it took off like a rocket ship over. This is one that can move really quickly and with a lot of speed to the upside. So I am sticking it out with HNT. Maybe this is a mistake. Maybe I'll look back and say, am I trading this based off the last bull run? I'm not too naive to know that, of course, with HNT, it is a heavy loss, and there is a lot of bag holders above that will be looking to drop. So this will probably be when the altcoin and altcoin season does come in. This will be one that I probably be completely out of by February and March, but I am prepared to hold it and see what shakes out. Remember, it does have partnerships with T-Mobile and I believe Verizon and other major cell phone providers out there. There is a real world asset use to it. And so that for that reason, I'm going to stick with it, and we'll see how that shakes out. Now, Ondo here, if we look at Ondo, of course, we have some lovely levels to the downside there. We have lost the 50-day moving average, and it looks like we're been losing the 20 and the 50. And the 20 going below the 50 on the daily is quite bearish. If it goes below it on the weekly, it's very bearish. It hasn't done that, of course. But the levels to the downside there are going to be at the first, the 100 weekly. It's sitting at about 120, 121. And then you have the 200 EMA on the daily, massive level. Historically, in bull runs, this has usually been a good place to buy at about $1.10. And then I have buys down here further for Ondo, down at about $1 there as well. And of course, if we go down any further, we've got that 87 cent level. So I've got my buys has laid in there. I am bullish on Ondo. If BlackRock is bullish on Ondo, I'm bullish on Ondo. Well, okay, Render, very bullish still on Render. It was one of the earliest altcoins to break its previous all-time high. It's done incredibly well in this bull run. I've done over a 10x, over 1,000% on Render. It's holding up pretty good. The ideal entry would be where, there's an entry here, but you've just got to be careful because, obviously if the Bank of Japan raises interest rates, that could cause the market to really drop. And of course, then we've got the rate hike decision, which I think should be at the moment going to be neutral, but then we got Fed Powell speaking. So what he going to say? Last time he crashed the market. So there are some levels here at $6.35. That could be a level. Further to that, we've got the bottom of this range down here at about $6.08, which could also be an entry, but you just don't know. You can really see these big wicks to the downside. Sometimes I like these cheeky bids. I call them cheeky bids, where you put it really unrealistically low down here, and sometimes they just get filled. There's just this big wick that comes down on any kind of a drop. Now, Solana has absolutely been on a rocket ship tear because that was the platform that the current administration president decided to launch him and his wife's meme coins on, and we saw this big wick. Well, I just sold that big chunky wick up there at $291. You can see clear as day that's a massive rejection and a good place to get out of the trade. It's come down here, and we might be building a little bit of a bull flag there at the moment if we keep coming along, but obviously entries at $2 and $241, and down here at $227, and then you can see all the way down here the 200 EMA at 183 and at 176 could be places for some cheeky bids down there. Of course, we've got the 100 simple moving average at 205. So there are plenty of places there and you can see that we've been in a range here, the bottom of that range being about 180 and the top of that range being around about the 270 mark there. And so you can see the good places to have bought were down at these bottoms down here. And I gave these entries. I did a whole video actually, and I even shared these entries when Solana was actually just back here. And for those of you who got on that trade with me, we're able to ride that all the way up, and I was able to take profit then on 291. So that was a banger of a trade on that one there. And then of course we have our final made in the USA coin, which is Sui, which under $5. I mean, this is why I encourage sell the greed, buy the fear. I was able to sell this greed up here. I took profit. Originally, I was looking to take profit at $5.62, but we didn't get there, and there was clear rejections. 1, 2, 3. You can't be any more Captain Obvious than that. And then there, I was able to buy that back at $4.30 odd cents, and I actually gave that entry. The 50-day has been a real good one. We're above it right now. If we're to lose there and close below it, and we haven't really, but if we were, then we could tumble all the way down to the 100 at $3.65. The 200 EMA is at $291, and the 200 simple is at $235. Put some cheeky bits down there. They might get filled while you're sleeping or something's happening. Don't run back to the computer and go, oh, I missed the dip. No, be prepared for every dip, for all the fear, the extreme fear. Remember in August, the Bank of Japan raised their interest rates by 25 basis points. The market didn't react very kindly to that. I'm not sure what kind of reaction we're going to get. I do feel we're going to get some kind of a dip. Some of it may be priced in, but there seems to be an expectation that there is a strong possibility they're going to raise those rates. See my video from earlier today about that. All right, well, that's going to wrap it up for today. I've given some levels there on my 5 top made in the USA coins, and I would love in the comments below, share with me what made in the USA coins that you want me to cover in an upcoming show, because if we do get that made in the USA legislation pass, a lot of these are going to but let me know in the comments below what coins you'd like me to cover in an upcoming show for the made in the USA, because if we do get that, then it's going to be good for those made in the USA coins. All right, that's all we have time for today. As always, until the next episode, happy trading.